Welcome or welcome back to Novel Idea. My name is Dia, and today I have our week in review. So this is going to be a quick one. I only actually have finished 2 books since the end of my other review. And and if you can't tell, I have what appears to be a summer cold, and so I'm not feeling the greatest either, but I just thought that I would try to go ahead and update you on what I've read and what I thought about those things, and then what I'm in the middle of. So let's do it. So the first thing that I finished was The Widow's House by Daniel Abraham. This is book 4 in the Dagger and Coin series. It wasn't my favorite so far in the series. I really liked book 1. I liked book 3. Book 2 I really didn't like, and I kind of got there in the end with that one. And it's kind of the same way with this one. This one I thought was okay, but it wasn't until about 3/4, maybe a little bit more than that, 2/3 of the way through that I started going, okay, all right. I think it was just that at the end of the last book, I really expected to see some of the seeds that he was planting kind of start to grow and come to fruition in this book, and they just didn't. He took it in a different direction, and that's okay. It's just not what I was expecting. I'm also not a war and battle lover, and there was quite a bit of war and battle in this one, and so that was probably part of it as well. But in the end of it, I am still looking forward to the next book. So he must be doing something right. We see a lot more of the underbelly of the political and the underbelly of the economic side as well, and just kind of, he's got some strings that he's pulling, and we're gonna start to see some things unravel and be reknit, I think, before the end of the series. So I have one more book, Spider's War, and I plan to pick that up before the end of summer. And just because it came available at my library, and I happened to be there when it was, I picked up Mark Lawrence's new release, which is The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I think this is being marketed as YA, and I can see why. Our young protagonist at the beginning is quite an anomaly in her village, and she's also just kind of an anomaly as children go. And I don't want to tell you too much about it because she is fun to discover. And the beginning of it really hooked me. It's when they get to the secondary story or the parallel story in the book that it kind of lost my interest a little bit. I am currently reading Labyrinths by Borges with Miss Reads a Lot, Sandy, and Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia. And this story, this book, That Wouldn't Burn novel by Mark Lawrence, reminded me so much of Borges. Mark is playing with this interdimensional library that has, you know, lots of whens and lots of possible wheres along that when, and he constantly is folding things in on themselves and then kind of pushing them to be wrong side out and bringing them to right side in again and flipping them upside down and everything. And it's hard to follow sometimes. And then along with that, you just kind of go, okay, but I don't understand why we even are here. I don't know why we need to know these things. And nothing really came clear until the very, very, very end of the story. And even then, it didn't come crystal clear. Not for me, anyway. I think that his characters are well written, but I don't know that that was quite enough for me. And like I said, it's YA, and so there's some relationship stuff. I was in love with her, why isn't she in love with me? And or why does she say she's not in love with me, or why did she dump me? And I just not into that at all. So those are the two that I have finished. I am still in the middle of Words of Mercury by Leigh Fermor, and still really enjoying it. I have started Knowledge of the Holy. This is a read-along that Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia and Krista from Books and Jams and I are co-hosting. We just had our first live on Saturday and I loved it. It was wonderful. So thank you to all of you who came and what you added to the conversation. It just really, I was so built up and excited for the rest of my day after being in that live show. So Knowledge of the Holy by A.W. Tozer is the book that we are doing. Please feel free to join in. We're doing a chapter a day, so whatever day of the month it is, that's the chapter that we are on. And we will be having another live show this coming Saturday and then the next 2 Saturdays after that as well. So please join us if you would like to. And then I already told you I was reading Labyrinths with Sandy and Tiffany, and we are highly confused and absolutely loving it. I really don't mind not knowing and not understanding everything. I just really enjoy having my brain stretched, and there are times when my brain hurts after reading Borges, but for the most part I'm just really loving kind of digging in and trying to figure things out, and so that's really fun for me, even if I'm exhausted afterwards. And then lastly, I am reading A Likely Story with Michelle from Books Cause Insomnia. This is book, I want to say 5. Is that right? Book 5 or 6, maybe, in the Library Lover series by Jenn McKinlay. And we are back in Briar Creek with our friends there and our favorite librarians, and there's stuff going down, and I'm appreciating this read especially right now because I'm not feeling well and I really am not sure that I'm understanding Borges completely. So just really enjoying being in this world and just getting to laugh and not have to think too hard. So that's everything that I'm in the middle of. That is everything that I finished, and I don't have plans to pick up anything else until Friday. And then I will start reading Ferriswheel stories written by Courtney from Courtney Reads. And I am doing that with Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. And so we will be picking that up on June 9th because that happens to be Courtney's birthday. And we wanted to start reading it on her birthday. So that is everything from me. Thanks everybody for giving me grace and also just for being here. I just really appreciate it. And I would love to know, have you guys read Dagger and Coin, and did you like it? Because I'm kind of back and forth on this one quite a bit. So I would love to know down in the comments what you think. And I would also love to know if you've read The Book That Wouldn't Burn and what you thought about it. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.